So we're all familiar with the Jack in the Box, but with the holiday season just around the corner, there's a new toy in the market, especially designed for you ladies. Introducing Todd in the Box. You ever catch a man cheating on you, lying to you, or downright disrespecting you?
Some bimbo hitting on me?
Well, ladies, your prayers have been answered.
Thank you, Jesus.
So the next time your man's about to start fronting, break open glass and get yourself some something. No batteries are needed, and long-lasting stamina comes with each package. Operators are standing by, so just pick up the phone and call Who's Yo Daddy. Man, that's the best toy ever. Coming up next, Nardo Ranks. Welcome back to the show. So my guest tonight is a dancehall reggae legend. Let's take a look at a clip.
Nardo. Brr, this a one and name original. Brr, everybody come and follow me say. Brr, this a one and name original. Brr, everybody come and follow me say. Brr, woman, if you love me, please let me know. But if you not love me, let me go now. Brr, woman, if you love me, please let me know. But if you not love me, let me go now. Boy, true bush up and tell the girl them out browning. All of the girl them a run go a shop go bleach. Cause them want brown skin. All of the girl them. And them a bleach out them skin, them a bleach. Feel look like a browning, them a bleach out them skin, them a bleach. Feel look like a browning, girl me honor you, and you no bleach out your skin. You no use no chemical, feel look like no browning, girl me honor you, and you no bleach out your skin. You no use no chemical, feel look like a browning. 90% of the girl them join the system. Every girl nowadays them want brown skin. Two push up and tell them about the browning. Every girl say them want the color of the pumpkin. So them run gonna shop a figure buy brown skin, and them a bleach out them skin, them a bleach. Feel look like a browning, them a bleach, and them a bleach out them skin, them a bleach. Feel look like a browning. They say go on black girl because you run the place, and look how you nice with your beautiful face.
Please welcome to the show, Nardo Ranks.
Why, I'm feeling great, you know, the greatest thing I have life. And, you know, first and foremost, as I said, you know, I just want to thank you for having me on the FaceTime here live, you know, with Todd Wharton, you know, because you're the man, you know, you let a lot of things happen, you know, so.
Brother, thank you very much. I'm just one of many, man. I'm just one of many, man, just trying to get out here, just trying to get a nut, you know, just trying to do my thing. And I appreciate you for that. Before we continue the interview, I got to show some love to my man, David Hill, or AKA DJ Sourface, for putting us together. If I didn't do that, I'd be a rude boy. You know, I'd be a rude boy if I do that, if I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I got to show Sour some love.
True, most definitely.
Yeah, so let's get into it, man. So first of all, you're from a pretty famous area when it comes to reggae. You were raised in Kingston, Jamaica. How is that being raised in Kingston, Jamaica?
Well, all right, put it like this. Let me give you an analogy. Kingston is like a smaller version of Brooklyn. You know, it's like a melting pot. You see all kind of people from all over the world in Kingston, you know, in the mix, you know, whether it may be tourists or people that come there doing jobs, you know, from overseas, or people who doing business, you know. So basically, Kingston is like a smaller version of Brooklyn, you know, on a third world level.
Yeah, which definitely is. Now, I mean, it seems like, I mean, Kingston and obviously Jamaica alone is very famous for reggae, dancehall reggae. I mean, you got Bob Marley, you got the whole Wailers family coming out there, and you know, Junior Marvin's actually a friend of mine, and it's just crazy the amount of talent that comes out of Jamaica. Now, was that the biggest influence for you growing up, that you knew you wanted to be a reggae star when you were a kid?
Yes, well, most definitely. You know, I got the first time the bug really bit me as a kid. You know, I probably was about 11 or 12 years old. You know, and I was I was watching this other kid perform. His name is Junior Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a child reggae star, very famous, you know. And he got started like at about 9 years old. You know, he did a cover version of an American song in reggae name by the name of Small World. It's a Small World. I don't remember the singer. But that's the first time the bug bit me, you know, when I saw that kid on stage, you know. So that's when I really started to, you know, pursue stuff in school, you know. I did a lot of like school concerts, you know the basic starting out, you know, a lot of school concerts, a lot of talent shows, you know, in the community and so on and so forth. But what really made me like, you know, pursue and really took it to another level, you know, it was more like an economical escape, you know, because Kingston, you know, it's a very what you'd say now, a very complex place where you know it's not a lot of opportunities for a lot of people from in the inner city, you know, and so forth. So, you know, most people have to create jobs for themselves, you know. So, you know, I realized that, you know, this probably could help me both financially, you know, and you know, everything, physically, famously, you know, everything. So I started really pursuing it from in school, you know, and that's how I really, you know, got into it, because, you know, it was more like, put it this way, I found out that it was more like a meal ticket out of the quote unquote garrison, that, you know, that's the so-called, you know, the ghetto, you know.
I got you.
They say.
Oh yeah, of course. Now, is a lot of your lyrics based upon because obviously you're kind of mentioning something where it seemed like you were struggling growing up, as you mentioned, third world country, not a lot of opportunities. Is that? Oh, damn! Did I scare you?
No. Sorry about that, my brother.
Did I just hit you with some knowledge and the whole thing just flew apart?
I'm telling you, yes, for real. Like, yeah, probably that happened telepathically, for real.
People
yes, okay,
like,
what was the question, please?
They're like, this guy knows everything. Like, that's right, man. I studied my guests. So when you're growing up, I've noticed reggae is like a feel good genre. It always has been. Reggae's always been known as the cornerstone of the coinage name of One Love, right?
Right.
And that started with the roots reggae, because that's where reggae really established himself, with roots, where they would sing, stay up late, 2-3 days, just partying all night long, one love, going up to the gods, smoking the ganja, the tom bead, or whatever you want to call it. And yours is more dance hall. Now, who's the originator that really created dance hall? I know you were one of the pioneers, but where did you first get inspired to be like, yo, I want to put some beats behind reggae. I want people to start jumping up and down and just kill it. Where did that even come about?
All right, let me break that down to you. That whole genre, as you describe it, it started way long before me, before I came along.
Right.
I came along. Okay. It started from about roughly in the, I would say like the mid 60s, late 50s, early 60s. It started with this brother. His name was Dennis Al Capone. You know, the word dancehall.
Did you say Dennis?
Yeah, the word dancehall. Yes, that was his name. You know, because for some reason, artists from Jamaica, you know, they kind of obsessed with those gangster characters. You know, so they used to take on names from the movies.
Right.
You know, unto themselves back then. But as I said, the word dancehall now, dancehall is really the venue, because let me break it down. The music, this reggae music, was seen by like the upper ancillars, by the, you know, the upper society as a kind of lower class music. and they didn't want to play it on the radio and so on in mainstream in Jamaica. So the people involved in the music had to create an outlet for their music to be heard.
Right.
So that's where the dancehall came from. The dancehall is really the venue, the place where the sound system strung up, you know, with the big speakers, you know, and the curry goat cooking around the back. You understand? And the liquor selling. That's really the dancehall.
Right.
That's where the whole vibe came from. Back then, back then it was people, as you say, like Bob Marley, the roots people. It was their songs that was being playing in the dancehall.
Mm-hmm.
So how my stuff come in now, the guy, the disc jockey that was playing the music, he started toasting over in between the breaks and the beat, you know, like the bridges and so on. So that's where our stuff was born. You understand? The same way how Cool Earth did it, you know, that's how it started. You know, during the, like when they usually introduce the song, like,
right,
you know, here comes Mr. So and so and so, and then, you know, you probably have a bridge and they toast along the bridge. As the years go by, that toasting turn into a hook. You know, as years go by, the hook turn into a verse,
right,
till that toasting turn into a whole song on the beat, until another branch of the same reggae music was created.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So it came long before me. Before me, you had people like Yellow Man. You know, even before Yellow Man, you had people like Rankin Trevor, the great Daddy U. Roy. Daddy U. Roy was one of the first reggae rapper that like hit internationally. He had many #1 songs on the Black Echo chart in England and the British pop chart. You know, God bless him soul, he passed last year, you know. So it didn't just start with me. I came along really with the world knew about me from like late 80s, early 90s. But this thing started way before me, you know. The great King Yellowman, you know, King Yellowman, he is a reason why he got crowned the King Yellowman.
That's right.
When he came to the business, he changed the whole game, you know, because our stuff was like a little backdoor, underground, boutique type of stuff. When Yellow Man came to the business, he brought contracts, you understand, limousine, hotel, that sort of stuff, you know, he brought to the business. You know, then when Shabba Ranks came along, you know, he took it to another level. Right. Shabba was the first reggae dancehall artist that got over $1 million advance from a major label. You understand? And so on and so forth. Went on to win 2 Grammys, you know. So it's a long way coming, you know. And it's a whole heap of people involved. It's like a relay, you know. I just got the button. I got the button in the late 80s, early 90s, and I took it and ran. You know, that's how it is. But it started way long before me, as I said. It started from the late 50s, early 60s, come back in the 70s, you know. The toasting, as I explained, started with the guys playing the records. Then they start toasting over the mic. That toasting turned to a verse, a hook, till it turned to a whole song, till it turned to a what you would call it, a genre of the music, another arm of the reggae.
Yeah.
You know, next, you know, so that's where it really started from. It didn't start with me. You understand?
I got to tell you something, man. I love reggae. I've always loved reggae growing up, especially dancehall reggae, because everybody, when they were dancing in clubs, when reggae started coming on, you knew the DJ was about to change it and turn it up, because they always started out with reggae and then go right into hip hop, which is dope. You know what I've noticed though a lot over the years? Reggae used to be very popular with collaborating with hip hop. And for some reason, I don't really see it anymore. are you seeing that as well? That reggae and hip hop is starting to break apart from each other when they work so well together when there's collaborations. Do you see a lot of that?
Yeah, well, I see they still do a lot of that stuff, because a lot of the next generation artists, the new generation artists, like people like Drake, he does a lot of collaborations with dancehall artists. People like Popcorn. Him and Popcorn have about 2 or 3 hit songs together. You got other people, that I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know right now in the mix you got it's still going. It's not like it used to be,
right?
Back in the 90s and so, but it's still there. It's just we just got to try to make an effort to do more collaboration, because music is a universal language.
Right.
You understand?
Correct.
I don't discriminate in music, because you'll go to a country and they don't speak the language, but they understand the song.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
They sing along with the songs. So it's universal. So it's just up to us, because I look at the dancehall really and hip hop as the same thing. Because as you know, that whole sound system with the 2 turntable mixer and the mic, with the toast, that whole thing, as I said, start way in the like late 50s back in Jamaica. That's what Cool Herc brought to the Bronx,
right?
Really, and started the whole movement. So basically, it's just one music. If you check it, so we just need to just break down some of the barriers and bridge the gaps, and just collaborate and get things moving together.
Yep, and I completely agree with you. And I got to give some love to Albertus Joseph. He just mentioned the cool collab between Nas and Junior Gong Molly. It's a great collaboration, so he threw that in there. Big up to him.
Yes, true.
By the way, Albertus is one of the top muralist street artists in New York City. He just did an interview with Ryan Reynolds, so he's on here right now showing some love. He's a big fan of ours.
Respect.
Yeah, much respect, and to everybody else that's on here right now. So you had some great hits, right? You had Bomb Down Rhythm, you had Butter Up,
right?
Right, and then you had Dem the Bleach as well.
That's the same Bam Bam Rhythm.
Okay, so they are.
Yeah, that's the beat.
It's under different names, you know that, right? On a lot of platforms, which is kind of weird.
Right. Yes, because that is a whole another different story about because as I say, our business is kind of complicated. The reggae dancer. But let me explain.
Sure.
Bam Bam, that's the name of the rhythm. That rhythm was originated by the late great Toots Hibbert. It was the first winning festival song in Jamaica in 1962 when they got independent. So back in the 90s now, Sly Dunbar and Robbie Shakespeare, they remade the song, remade the beat in in dancehall style, So, and I put my lyrics to it, Dem a Bleach, which is a song speaking about, at the time, ladies that was doing a lot of skin bleaching. It was like a big thing in my country at the time. The ladies used to use a lot of chemicals, try to lighten their skin and all of that. So it became this big thing. So that's when I did the song, Right.
Well,
and
speaking of songs, by the way, I know you're coming out with a new song right now with Flash Mo. Pretty much it's out right now, it's Out of Here. Now tell me about that song, what's the inspiration behind it, and why did you choose to collaborate with Flash Mo?
Yes, well, Flash Mo is an up and coming artist that worked from the resident studio that I work out of, Union Music Group, Union Recording Studio. So me and him did this collaboration because a lot of times people, when I come across people, they be like, "Oh, wait, you're still around? What you doing?" So and so. So we made that song Out Here. That's how the inspiration came about. Because I'm just trying to answer them, telling them, yeah, I'm out here, If you want to find me, I'm out here, you know.
That's right.
You know,
That's
topic of the street talk, social media, you know, that's what the song is saying. So basically, you know, that's how the inspiration of that song came about. Because, you know, as a veteran in the business, you got to raise champion, you got to build them, you can't kill them, you know. So he's an upcoming artist, he's doing very well, the people can find him, you know. The song out here, it's on every platform, you know, Apple Music. You just type in Nardo Ranks or Flashmo and you'll see the stuff pop up.
very cool. Very cool. Now, besides music, I know you got into a lot of acting right now. I know you have some few movies coming out, and you have a new movie coming out, Artifice, Loose Fellowship, and Partners, that you're getting involved with right now. Tell me about this film and how'd you even get into acting? Because it's great that you're doing that, because people don't realize that when you get into one artistry, don't stop there. Let it allow you to branch out into other opportunities, because for a lot of people, dealing with one genre usually never lasts. If you really look at some of the most successful artists, not just music, acting, fashion, the reason why they're so successful is because they branched out into other industries, which made their other stuff relevant. So tell me about your acting career so far and how you really got into that. What was the point that you're like, you know what, I want to get into this acting thing?
Well, you know, it's so funny how I got into acting. I have this friend. His name is Floss Gleam. You know, he's officially an actor, but I met him through cabin. You know, because he drives a cab. You know, because he's not a known actor yet. He did the whole rounds already though. He, you know, did all the extras in New York undercover, the whole thing. You know, so, but I met him through his cab stuff that he do, you know, so we became good friends. And, you know, he always tell me that, oh, Nardo, you know, you're a natural, you know, and he always tried to encourage me, you know, but I never took it really serious, you know. So one Sunday, you know, he came and got me and told me that they was doing an audition for a Jamaican movie, you know, they cast in, the name of the movie was Jamaican Mafia, and he was like, yo, I think it will be good for you. A lot of your peers gonna be there. And, you know, I was trying to even give him a 6 for a 9, you know, tell him that he should check me back in an hour. And he was like, no, I ain't leaving you. You're gonna come right now. And, you know, I reluctantly went with him. Long story short, I did the audition for a part, you know, and I got the part, you know, the movie became like a Jamaican cult classic, you know, you can look it up, you know, the name of it is Jamaican Mafia, a character named John Crow. And that's how I really got involved in acting. And then, you know, it just became my newfound passion, you know, and I just decided to pursue it, you know, and that led to other stuff, you know, like that led me to meet this other guy by the name of Donovan Howard. You know, he's a guy who usually work with Spike Lee. He, you know, if you look him up, you see he got credits on films like Get on the Bus and those early Spike Lee films. You know, he was doing a film for himself, which is Artifice, Loose Fellowship, and Partners. You know, and he wanted a character by the name of Billy Fungus. I tried out for it, he liked it, and that's how I ended up in it, you know. And as I say, I like it, you know, it's my newfound passion, you know, and so I'm just doing that too, because you say, you know, you can't limit yourself, you know, you just got to build the brand, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do, you know.
Right. And I love it. And I'll be honest with you, I have fun acting. Acting is so much fun to get into character and, you know, make people laugh. And I hope I did you justice by your comedic promo that we put out today.
Yeah, no, you sick. You're sick. You mad, as them say in Jamaica. That mean you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
man, you did a good job.
Thanks, man. I mean, acting is a lot of fun. I mean, to take on characters and you're allowed to expand who you are. And I think acting really allows you to bring out the inner person in you that you wouldn't normally do on a regular basis. To be a comedic person, a serious person, a wise-ass person, and to do that as an acting role and actually get paid for it. I mean, that's the coolest thing in the world. You know, it's true. Yeah. I can just see like
Jamaican
most
about it I love the dressing up, you know, like the clothes and all of that, you know, and the weird type of clothes sometimes, you know, if you're gonna play like they bring you back in time, you know, I like all of that stuff, you know.
Yeah,
That
which
comes
is
with
dope. You know what I would really love to see? It's been a little bit. Obviously, COVID played a big role in music just pretty much dying out because, sorry guys, but live music through a phone is pretty bad when you're doing it from your house. It's horrible. I don't recommend doing it. People do it all the time,
yeah,
like, oh, I
but
got to stay relevant. I got to play. I'm like, no, don't do that because the internet can really mess up your career if you play live because sound has to be tight. You know, you have to be tight. You can't forget your lyrics. And when you're live, you can't take that back. So I always tell people, if you're going to go live with something, post a music video that's mastered. Make them sound the best of you because the last thing you want is an agent actually being online and just being like, oh, God, this guy's horrible. Now, the reason why I'm
true.
getting into all this, I would really love to see a dance hall tour of some of the great dancehall artists from you, Vibes Cartel, Beanie Man, Yellow Man, Shabba Rank, well, you know, and all these other greats, Sean Paul, Shaggy, and to get together and do a really cool tour of the U.S. and more dancehall because right now the world needs to dance again. And my man Felipe Rose and Village People wrote a song called Dance Again, which is out right now and it's doing really well. But I think reggae, to me, is my love. I mean, I would love to get some reggae artists together and show some one love to the world and just dance. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a great idea, man. And I know you probably can pull some strings to make that happen too. You know, but that's a good idea because you see, as you said earlier, you see, the reggae is a feel good music. You know, it's the music, it's a music that the people had to comfort them. You know, they felt the whole vibe. That's where the whole that bass, that rugged bass came from. It's from the heart, you know, like from the feeling. You know, it's a feeling, and you know, and it's also a feel good music too, where you know people just let go of their troubles and just go for it and dance. You know, so that's a great idea. I would love to see that, but you know, something like that is that's not easy to put together. You know, it is a lot of things to cover. But you know, if anybody out there wish to do that, I mean, that's great. You know, I'm down for that. Yeah,
Let me
man.
ask you something. Do you have any personal friends in this reggae industry that's here in New York that would love to do something like that that's here right now?
Yeah, well, you know, I got personal friends like people, you know, people like one of my main mentors is this singer Wayne Wonder, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know Wayne Wonder.
Right. We grew up in the same community and so he's like one of my mentor, you know. He's one of the person who like at one level of at time one level of my career, he's the one that let me got serious and like, look, whatever you're doing, just leave that alone and penetrate the music and try to deal with the music, you know. So yeah, I got a couple of friends like that where probably would be interested, you know. I just would have to try to link up. Because basically, me and, you know, I don't have a problem with no artists, you know. Because I came from the era where we didn't have too much beef.
Right.
Like now, you know, it's like a different time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we didn't have, we were more united and, you know, we wasn't quick to, you know, to like, rage against each other. You know, we more were thinking about unifying things and getting together, you know. But as the generation go by, stuff change, you know, the world change.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with you on that, man, because the world is definitely changing. The things that are going on today, whether people know it or not, it's always been there. Just social media has enlightened the minds of people like, wow, this is really happening. I think reggae right now, out of all the genres, I think is probably the most important genre to blow up in late 2021-22. Because like I said in the beginning of the interview, reggae's roots came from one love. It came from peace. It came from unity. It came from bringing people together of all races and nationalities to dance, to have fun. And if there's any
True.
time that reggae is needed, the time is literally right now.
True.
And it's just one of those music that even if you really didn't listen to reggae a lot growing up, when you hear it, you can't help but just want to smile, man. Just want to move around, just want to
Yes.
knee high.
As, when, as Bob said, when it hits you, you feel no pain, you know?
Yep. And I'm
You
glad
know?
you did that because when I spoke in Times Square, I cited something of Bob Marley that I heard in I Am Legend with Will Smith, where there's this story, and this is why I love reggae to death, is Bob Marley was obviously asked to perform on a peace concert. And when he got on during that time, somebody, he was being given threats and this and that during that time. And somebody actually went to his house and gunned him down, right?
Yes, yes. They try to assassinate him.
Yeah, and they tried to assassinate him. He ended up being alive. And then literally like the next day, he gets up on that stage and performs. And the media went up to him and goes, why are you performing right now? You literally just got shot. And he goes, there are people in this world trying to make this world worse, and they're not taking a day off. How can I light up the darkness?
Right.
And I was just like, that to me is what reggae is all about. It's about fighting the good fight through music, because no matter how many speeches that you do, you can never, ever beat that music is what brings people together. And it really does. And we're definitely going to talk off scenes because I am working on something right now. That's why I asked.
Right.
Doing my
Most
thing.
definitely.
Doing my thing. So if there are any dancehall artists that you always like to collaborate with that are still doing their things right now, is there somebody that you would love to really do a song with?
Yeah, well, honestly, I really would, I wouldn't mind doing a song with somebody like Shabba Ranks or, even Vibe Cartel, as the one of the next generation. Because as I say, I don't discriminate, I just love music. I'm not also an artist. I'm a fan. I'm an artist. I'm that kind of person. I'm that guy, where I just love music. And I support everyone in the business, So, anyone come across, because as I say, I don't have a problem with no one, really.
You should definitely reach out to Shabba Ranks. I have a great title for your song. Call it Breakout, meaning break out of your funk. Get out of the bed. COVID's basically over. Get out. Get dancing. Get love. Just do that and just start getting into it. I think you and Shabba would kill it. Oh, my God. That would be crazy. Call it Breakout. I think that would be hot. Yeah, what do you got to make a note of that? What's up?
No, I'm saying I'm going to make a note of that.
Yeah, I think that would be dope. I would love to hear a dancehall. I would love to hear a brand new dancehall reggae song that literally gets you out of your bed and start dancing again. Just break out of your funk and do your thing. Get back to what we love to do. I think that would be kind of dope. So do you have anything coming up right now that a lot of people here should know about, and also when we edit the interview?
Yes. Well, I got this song that's supposed to be released. We don't actually have a release date yet, but it's gonna be sometime for the Labor Day weekend. It's a remix collaboration with me, myself, along with this artist by the name of SK Point Blank, a female rapper. She's mad sick. Yeah, she's from the Bronx. That's something the people can look out for. And as I say, the new movie, it's on Amazon Prime. You can download it. Artifice, Loose Fellowship, and Partners. I got a whole bunch of stuff in the making. I just don't want to say too much.
No, I know. I get it. I always dig into it.
But I'll be also be on a show in October in the Jersey Performing Arts Center. It's gonna be a bunch of 90s R&B artists. I think people like CC Peniston and some more. I don't remember exactly everybody who is on the bill, but you know, also Kevin Little is supposed to be on the bill too.
Nice.
You know, and I got some stuff, you know, do it. And you right now I'm just working, recording, you know, and I'm doing some table reading too for some other stuff that, you know. So I'm just trying to keep busy, you know.
Well, it sounds like you're busy, and man, I appreciate you keeping the music alive. I look forward to a lot more hits that you got coming up. Definitely looking
Right.
forward to that movie that you got
And
coming out.
oh, hold on,
What do you
just
got?
1 minute.
What do you got? It,
No,
did the
no, I
pizza?
had a paper
What did you
because
what
you
did you
know
order? Did you order
I
pizza?
got a paper here with some stuff, you know, that I don't want to forget. You know, these are like, because you know when you see an artist doing his stuff,
Yeah.
it's not just the artist alone. You know, the artist is just the person up front, but there's a whole lot of people behind you. You know, a whole lot of team, man. I'm also responsible for a lot of upcoming artists too. That's trying to, you know, get out there. You know. So I
Right.
just wanted to, before I leave, you know, I just wanted to send some shout outs to some
Go
people,
ahead.
you know,
Send some love out to people. Go ahead.
yeah, the team, you know, people like Smashville, you know, that people like Sourface, you know, DJ Gravy, uh, you know, the Union Movement, Apache Sound Station, you know, Just Soldier with the dub plate movement, you know, artists like Give It to Them, Rusty Govern, you know, Vision Blacks, Bobo General, you know, all of my team, more everybody, you know, where that make the thing work, you know, because sometimes, as you say, when you see a lot of people, when you see an artist out there, there's a lot of people involved in his everyday, you know, workings, you know. And I just want to send a shout out to the engineer Kete, you know, at the studio, very hard worker, the 8 Block studio, you know, the whole of South Side, it's happening, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. And check out Nardo Ranks. You can find me everywhere, you know, on Instagram, Nardo Ranks Artist, you know, on Facebook, Original Nardo Ranks, Twitter, Mr. Brr at Twitter, you know, and just Google me if anything. NARDORANKS. You must find me, you know. I'm here. And I just, yeah, there's one more thing I never talk about. You know, that the great the song, my signature song that made me original brr. You know, that song was a very did a lot of first time stuff ever. You know, it was one of the first songs that really,
Huge. Right.
you know, really bridged the gap that crossed over. You know, it was on Profile Records. You know, it went like 16 on the Billboard chart, you know. And up to this day, I still hear people using the slang. You know, up to this day, the now rappers, a lot of now rappers using the brr, even some of my dancehall people, you know, still using, you know, that song brr mean on the move. You know, it's a Jamaican slang.
That's right.
It mean on the move, you know. Leave, you know. Yeah, so
Yes.
that's where we are.
Yeah, Burr Up was definitely a song I grew up with, and to be able to interview today, it's an honor for me because,
Yes.
you know, like some of the other artists out there, thank you for that music because I hooked up with a lot of women because of Burr Up, just to let you know. So
I heard that. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Enough respect, and it's a pleasure. And you know, thank you for having me, and you know, taking the time out to talk to me. And you know, I just want to big up all of the fans and all of the people out there that supporting you. You know, and think enough respect. You know.
that's right. Big up to you. Much respect to you and my live virtual audience. Guys, we're talking right now with Nardo Ranks, dancehall reggae legend, and you got to catch the full interview within the week on FaceTime with Todd Wharton. Definitely go to our YouTube page and subscribe. Go to our website, FaceTimeWithToddWharton.com, FaceTimeWithToddWharton.com. You can see all the past episodes, and this man's episode will be up there within the week. So, Nardo, I'm going to see you soon. I'm going to talk to you offline, all right? So take care. Thank you for being on the show, bro. And I'll talk to you in a bit, all right?
Respect, sir.
So I want to thank Nardo Ranks for being such a great guest on FaceTime with Todd Wharton. And of course, thank you to my live virtual audience. Now stay tuned because tomorrow night I'll be interviewing Hollywood actress from ABC's hit series Big Sky, Dee Dee Pfeiffer. So hope everybody is well, be safe, and like I always say, if you're not living a passionate life, then reach out to your lover. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow night. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And while you're here, you might as well subscribe to my YouTube channel. And for more information on the show, go to FaceTimeWithToddWharton.com.
What are you doing in there?
Ma, I'm shooting a promo. Why you always gotta ruin my flavor?